Hello there, Sagi, and welcome to your weekly tarot check-in. This is for whenever you come across it and wherever you have Sagi in your chart. We're going to be looking at some oracle cards to see what your current energy is. And then I'm going to pull from the tarot to get some more advice. Alright guys, so let's dive right into your reading. Sagi, what's going on in your soul level? 9 of Water usually means wish fulfillment, going after your dreams, working on your wishes to be fulfilled, but this talks about sloth, about being lazy. And it could be that you are resting on your laurels at the moment, kind of thinking you have already achieved all that you want, but the universe wants to tell you this is not the case. Sometimes it's good to sit back and rest and do nothing, but it just seems like you don't want to face something, you don't want to move forward. You know, the universe is constantly expanding, and sometimes it's time to kind of face that and move along and not just sit back. I know I keep telling people to slow down because usually people are too active, but in your case, with whoever I am connecting here, in your case, it's the other way around. It's time to get active a bit, and being active doesn't always mean to kind of go to work or be successful. It can mean that you just kind of should look at some issues, kind of face some fears that are within you, kind of do the emotional and the inner work that might come up for some of you. And I feel like this will heal you because we have the water here. So that might be important. So try to look at whatever comes up emotionally. With the Earth Magic cards, we have the ancestors talking about generations. So there could be something in your lineage that could give you some clues towards what needs to be healed here, what you need to work towards. Maybe look at your parents, your grandparents, how they did things. Maybe something that is kind of stirring you up when you think about them. You know, something that is working you up, which is getting you upset about their behavior. That could be an indicator that you kind of should look at that issue in yourself. No matter from what kind of angle, because if something upsets you, there is a reason for it within yourself. It's not always the other person. If you get upset by something that someone else does, it's the answer is in yourself. Why are you getting so upset about it? I'm just getting that for some of you. So try to look at your lineage and see where you can heal. Maybe something that your ancestors, your parents, your grandparents have done in a way, and you're kind of continuing. Maybe you will get some clues towards that. It means also that your ancestors who are gone already from this world, they are kind of protecting you, they are leading you and guiding you. You know, this is what all kind of indigenous peoples believe in, whether it's Aboriginals or Native Americans or wherever, you know, in Africa there are kind of peoples who are very, very much drawn into their ancestors, and they think that they play a very important role, not like in our Western civilization. So maybe you should look at that in some way. All right, 9 of Air. 9 of Air talks about things going on in your mind, kind of your thoughts revolving around certain topics. It's about how you can spread your wings, I'm feeling, but you're afraid to take the step. 9 of Air is a 9 of Swords energy, so being worried, having fears, anxieties that might come up, and maybe you kind of with the sunglasses here and with the cocktail in your hand, you don't want to face it. Maybe you should face your fears to move forward, face some worries, some anxieties that come up at the moment. Like I said, whatever kind of emotion comes up, it's time to heal that, and it's time to look at it. But I don't think that you are doing it, some of you. Door to Romance in the reverse. Number 33 is extreme expansion. You're not letting expansion happen because you're not facing what's going on here. So there is the opportunity here for you to heal something, to get out of worries concerning a romantic situation. And whatever has been going on here in this Door to Romance that is closing here with this card in the reverse, it's time to face that. It's time to deal with the issues. So there could be troubles in a love relationship. There could have been endings that you are not facing, not dealing with, not healing. Try to put in the work, guys. It's time to move on towards more happiness. It seems like you are avoiding things here. Yeah, time for healing, the balsamic moon. It's time to look at whatever has happened, whatever kind of emotions are coming up on a daily basis. Look at them. Try to deal with them, connect with them, and not push them away. It seems like you are happy, telling yourself you are happy where you are, but I don't think that's where you should be standing, because there could be something that you need to heal, and you need to heal it for your whole ancestral line, if that makes sense. Because, you know, as you might have noticed, when you look at families, they always have certain patterns repeating from one generation to the next. Sometimes they jump over one generation and go to the next directly. But whether this is, I don't know, being beaten up by someone, you know, women getting beaten by their man, it's kind of a repetitive cycle. Or the relationship structures go in certain families, it's kind of always the same. And maybe you are stuck in some of that patterns. Try to connect to your ancestors to get some answers here. Alright, Saggy, let's get some clarification here with the tarot. I'm using the Gilded Tarot, which I haven't used for quite a while. Alright. What do you need to let go of here, Saggy? Yeah, let go of something that happened in the past. It could have been a betrayal that you were dealing with, something that ended abruptly in not such a good way. You felt betrayed by someone, you kind of felt backstabbed. It could have to do with a love situation, of course. And this door to romance is closing. You're shutting that out and not dealing with what has happened here. It feels like you're pushing the emotions away and not letting them heal by coming up. Okay, what should you focus on, Saggy? Knight of Pentacles. Get out of a routine, do things differently. You might be stuck in a rut here, stuck in an ancestral pattern, stuck in a way of doing things, you know. Let healing occur. What's the advice for you? Advice for Saggy. Yeah, take a new path. Do things differently. Make a decision, a conscious decision, how you want to live your life. Do you want to go on like you have done it, or choose a different route here? And one potential outcome, keep in mind, this is whatever you make of it will be the outcome. Nothing is set in stone, and nobody can predict the actual future, okay? Yeah, give and take. The Six of Pentacles talks about balance. It could have to do with this relationship. It's being in harmony, it's giving and taking, and not shutting yourself off from one of both, and doing the work, doing whatever is necessary to heal here in this kind of ending that has happened, by letting it go. And when you make a decision to move forward from what has happened and do things a bit differently, make sure you always give and take, okay? However this resonates with you. There's a need for you to balance things out and get some justice into your life, either actively or passively. So take it as it resonates, guys. And I wish you all the best for this week. Hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.